it because it's the history of this whole entire thing that we do, and we have some stuff coming up. Like I have some footage saved that I plan on putting out. The real thing, the real thing was when we dropped those videos. I didn't realize how much of it it'll take out of me, like emotionally, because we went through a lot of stuff. That interview with Zeph is one of my favorite interviews, and it's one of the reasons why we picked the direction. Like you said, we're not being malicious about anybody. We keep it very positive, right? We keep it very positive, even though some people wanted to talk about old drama and stuff like that. I'm like, no, you have to evolve. That was then. We're talking about you now. And then we could talk about the history. So it's more about the people themselves. Of course, we got the history of everything else, but that's small compared to the person. So it really took a lot out of me because there's a lot of research that I did on these people. I mean, I know them, but then I had to still go back and listen to old interviews of them, not to mimic them. So there's a lot of thought that went into it, man. So I don't want to do it again and dumb it down. Right. Because I felt those were quality, and the craziest thing is I don't rewatch them. I watch bits and pieces of them because I don't want to watch myself. It's a whole thing.
I understand exactly what you mean.
And I realize it's deeper into it because I'm dyslexic. I have dyslexia, and that's part of it. I really critique myself a lot, so I tend to like back away from it. Right. But definitely a lot more of that coming. I've spoke to some people, and like I said, we got some stuff in the vault that we're gonna release, but we just have to do it better. That's all.
Yeah. I agree with that too, especially to your point when you said holding on to things from the past. And I have, a thought process about that. And we've spoken about it before when it comes to this calisthenics culture and lifestyle that, we knew these people, especially in the New York area. There's relationships that people from the outside would never understand. Right. Because there was a point where, for a lot of us, I know in Wingate Park, for me, and the same with you, up there in the Bronx, you saw certain people day after day. You know their personalities, you know their quirks, you know if they're on that bullshit, you know it. Right. But it's not for us to call that out on them because everybody deserves grace. For me, it's like this, all right, there's people who have conducted themselves in a manner that was unbecoming in this calisthenics community. Very successful now in it. For me, it's like, I'm not gonna beat you up about it because I don't want you to beat me up about my shortcomings because it's growth and it's maturity. But however, if you have put yourself in a space time and time again to show who you are, if you showed your ass, if you treated me disrespectfully time after time, and I let it slide out of respect of the Almighty Creator, at some point it's like, I'm gonna leave you right here because you're not good for my mental health. You're not good for my emotional health because you are the way you are. So I'm gonna be over here and you can be over there. And there's no beef, it's just sometimes pyramids need space. Right. I heard a great quote from somebody that when you go to Egypt, you don't just see one pyramid. Because I know people when it comes to Wingate, I know I'm talking a lot, I'm gonna come back around to UQ. People wonder, you have the barbarians here and you got Team Wingate here, and then now you have this Wingate World Unlimited. People are confused, they don't know what's going on. And a great person said that as Wingate is considered the Mecca, when you go to the Mecca, when you go to Egypt, you don't just see one pyramid, you don't just see one pharaoh face. You see multiple. Now some might be bigger than others, but you have those and they all have treasures within, So you just gotta choose which works for you. There is not one constant. No one is in control of it all, which I think can tend to be an ego thing. I know I'm talking a lot, Q, but I feel like I needed to get that off because there is, people won't ask questions and they tend to formulate a story in their mind based off a bit of information they think they know. And sometimes when you're too quiet about a certain situation, they'll draw a conclusion based on what they think they see. And one thing I always want to tell people, what you think you know ain't always what it is.
Far from it. I've had to confront plenty of that. Plenty of that. The people that boldface come to me and told me stories that is far from the truth. Based on, like you said, little bits and pieces they've heard, somebody ran with it and came back to me, I'm like, that is far from true. So I get it. And I'm not the person that's gonna put my whole life out there like that. If you want to hear something from me, come talk to me. Simple as that.
Likewise. I feel the same way. And I think sometimes due to the opportunity